So I'm sure you're familiar with Fiverr. If you're not, Fiverr is essentially a website where you can pay people for freelance services, like graphic design, animation, and most importantly, game development. So I thought it would be a good idea to pay different game developers on Fiverr to make the exact same game. I would provide them all with the same game brief, and it was up to them to make the game. But before we get into the video, a lot of you guys have asked me what software I use to make my games, and the answer is GameMaker, who have also sponsored today's video. GameMaker is the fastest and friendliest cross-platform game development software out there. Whether you already create games or you're looking to start, GameMaker is the software for you. Some of the biggest indie games out there, such as Undertale, Hyperlight, and more, have been made using GameMaker, proving how powerful of a tool it is for game developers. My favorite feature of GameMaker is that it's an all-in-one software, meaning everything you need to do to make games can be done in the one software. Art, coding, game design, it can all be done in GameMaker with no barrier to entry, making GameMaker Studio 2 the ultimate 2D development environment. Another feature that makes GameMaker special is their drag and drop system. You can create a game without ever having to write code, just choose what you need from their extensive library of events and actions to create any game you want. GameMaker provides a wide range of both video and written tutorials for you as well, so you can learn and create your game all in one place. From endless runners, to platformers, to RPGs, to classic arcade games, the learning content has you covered. You can also meet thousands of other game developers by joining GameMaker's forums, Discord, and Reddit. Here, you can talk to others about your favorite games, learn from other game developers, and most importantly, get fixes to bugs in your game. You can start your free trial of GameMaker Studio 2 today using my link in the description. I highly recommend you give GameMaker a try, as it is personally my favorite way to make games and the game development software I use the most. So start your free trial today and let me know in the comments what your favorite features are. Back to the video. So, here's the plan. I was going to write up a brief for a game, find 3 different Fiverr game developers, send them the brief, and play and review the games when they arrive. Let's start with the game brief. The endless runner genre has been a popular game genre over the past few years, so I wanted to make one with guns. The name of the game I wanted to create was Gunner Runner, and the brief is as follows. An endless runner platform game, but with shooting elements. Whilst jumping over obstacles in an endless runner gameplay environment, you also have a gun and can shoot enemies for extra points. Some enemies also have weapons and try to shoot at you. The game should get progressively harder as the run goes on. Please be creative. Please also use royalty-free graphics/assets or graphics/assets you create and give me permission to use. Perfect. So essentially, an endless runner with shooting mechanics. Now that we've got our brief, let's head on over to Fiverr and see what we can find. When I first started looking through the Fiverr gigs, I noticed a lot of them had something in common. The starting app price would be pretty cheap, especially for a game development gig. However, their first package was simply bug fixes. If you wanted a game developed, it would cost upwards of $1,000. However, I tried contacting some of these sellers anyway, but when I told them my budget for the project, I didn't get a response. However, I eventually found someone that was interested. I found a gig, contacted the seller, we agreed on $10 for my project requirements, and with that, our first order was made. For the second order, I found another gig that was $10, sent my offer, the seller accepted, and we had our second order. For the third order, the seller offered to do it for $25, and our third and final order was made. Within a week, I had all 3 games back and I was ready to play. Alright, so here we are with the first game, Endless Runner. So let's start by checking out how to play. So, don't run into blocks, shoot enemies for extra points, up to jump, right to shoot, and F11 for full screen. Perfect, so let's start and give it a shot. Okay, I like it so far, so let's shoot. Nice, and obviously a block, so let's jump. Okay, pretty simple, pretty simple. So essentially what it looks like is, oh god, this is gonna be tricky, and we've died. All right, so we got our distance and we got our score, so let's restart and let's have another shot. All right, oh, this is getting tricky.
Nice. So it looks like there's only one obstacle, and that is this reoccurring block. And obviously the monsters, they're not really an obstacle. They're just there for extra points. You know, the game's pretty simple, but it does the trick. It's pretty much what I asked for. It's an endless runner with shooting mechanics. The enemies don't really attack. They're just there for points, but that's cool as well. But yeah, overall, pretty fun. I'm about to hit a high score. Up, there we go. Okay, cool.
Game 1 was called Endless Runner. This game had a nice pixel art design, and the game also got progressively faster and more difficult as time went on, which helped with the gameplay. The Endless Runner system was good, the shooting worked well, and overall, the game was simple yet effective. For only $10, this game was great as a possible prototype or starting point of a future project.
Alright, here we are with the second game, Gunner Runner. So let's press any key to start and let's give it a go. So we can jump, we can also shoot, we can collect gems. This is pretty good so far. Alright, I see that our first enemy. Let's take him out. I think it's, oh, okay. I just died, but I respawned because I have a heart. That's awesome. Again, all right, let's actually try to play. I really like the endless run obstacles, how they're sort of randomly generated. That's pretty cool. So let's do that, continue playing on. What I like about both the games so far is that the distance run is not exactly your score. You can do other things to get more score, so you can obviously kill enemies in this one and collect gems. Man, this feels like a great arcade game. Like it feels like it's got a consistent gameplay loop, so you can basically keep playing for as long as you can maintain your hearts. So we've just died then. As long as we collect another heart, we can keep playing. Which is great. It's great for doing high scores, and the variety in obstacles is really awesome. So I like this one. Let's try to go for 10,000. See if we can get 10,000. All right, we're down to one heart. We've got 1,000 points left that we want to get. Let's try to avoid as many enemy bullets as possible. The game's actually getting faster, I've noticed. That's awesome. So it does get progressively difficult. It's almost like they took the brief and did everything I asked for. We got a new high score. It wasn't quite 10,000, but that is awesome. The thing I really like about this game is that it gets faster as it goes on, which makes it increasingly difficult, and yeah, that was awesome.
Game 2 was called Gunner Runner, which was the name I requested, and man, this game was awesome. This game felt polished, with an overall consistent and clean art style, great animations, and a clean GUI. The Endless Runner level design was incredible, with different platforming obstacles to constantly adapt to. The shooting element was also great. Not only could you shoot enemies, but they could shoot you back. This meant you had something else to think about whilst playing, not just the platforming obstacles. This game would work great as a full release, and for only $10, it was definitely worth it. I might even turn this into a full game. What do you guys think?
All right, and here's the third game. Oh, nice. We're already straight into it, so let's go for it. How do we shoot? Okay, we hold down the arrow keys. I'm pretty sure what I need to do is run to each platform before it disappears and try to shoot as many enemies off as we can. I think the enemies will just try to push us off or try to prevent us from going, but they don't really hurt us or anything, so we can just leave them there and we can all hang out. I've just fallen off. All right, let's go again. Actually, we're gonna shoot them off anyway because, you know, why not? That's the point of the game. I like this shooting ability. It's pretty cool. All right, you know what? I'm happy with a high score of 14. That works.
Game 3 was called Runner Shooter, and this game had a unique approach to my request. Essentially, different platforms spawn endlessly with enemies that try to kill you, and you have to keep running to new platforms before your current platform disappears. You can also shoot enemies to knock them off the platforms, and for each platform you survive, you get a point. The game gets progressively difficult as the old platforms disappear faster and faster as the game progresses, with more enemies spawning too. This game felt very clean, with a nice design and a unique gameplay experience. For only $25, this project was incredible as a starting point for a hyper-casual mobile game. So those were our 3 games from Fiverr. If you enjoyed this video and want more Fiverr videos, leave a like. What did you guys think of the games? Let me know in the comments, and if you're new to the channel, you can also subscribe. On screen now, I've got some videos you may enjoy, so feel free to check those out, and yeah, peace.